welcome to Christy's Journey to the Olympia, the first episode of the talk show series. So I decided to talk about mindset. I think this is a great topic to start with because I believe it influences everything in our lives and it's super important. I decided to wear this amazing outfit that I love. It's from Lazy Oaf and it makes me think of two amazing persons that I really love with all my heart, and I'm super grateful that we crossed paths and that we do have similar mindsets, although we're from such different background and we're so different for so many reasons, but for a lot of other reasons we really have very similar mindset. So that being said, in this video I will share with you basically my mindset regarding different subjects, from my mindset towards competing and bikini fitness, because this is the main topic of my journey, Christy's Journey to the Olympia, showing you my journey to the Olympia and my journey in terms of also how I think and different other things, not only what workouts I do and what do I eat, as I shared with you in my introduction video. And then I will basically tell you in this video what is my mindset regarding competing, regarding food, nutrition, exercise, life in general, people, challenging situations in life, and hoping that maybe me sharing with you these kind of things will kind of make you resonate maybe with certain things, and maybe you'll feel like, oh, I'm not alone, other people think like this and felt this and they managed to change, because it will also be about how do we change our mindset. Is it possible to change our mindset? Is it beneficial to change our mindset? And all these kind of things. I will share with you also a book that I found really interesting and useful about mindset. And yeah, I hope that this video will also make you reflect and make you think and analyze a little bit about your own mindset. So let's get started. So what does mindset mean exactly? So mindset is basically a set of beliefs that we have that basically shape how we make sense of the world. And it influences how we think, how we feel, how we behave in any given situations. And yes, it is something that can be changed, and it's usually influenced, it's a lot of times influenced by our surroundings, the people we surround with, what we read, what we see, our previous experiences. So my mindset, well, there are different types of categories of mindset. In the book that I read and I really loved, the main thing is about fixed mindset and growth mindset. And I have to admit that for a lot of things I used to have kind of a fixed mindset. Let's say about my mindset regarding competing. Before I used to look at the people competing and say and think that, oh, these are people that are super narcissistic, like why would you go in a show to compete with other people and to kind of like be chosen the winner depending on how you look. And that I thought that these people are very narcissistic and that this is something that I would never do because it's not my type of thing. And along the years my mindset completely changed, and now I believe that, and I kind of understood after making a little bit more research, that it is actually a sport and there are certain criterias and that you need to put a lot of work in order to get there. So it's not, you know, like the Mr. and Miss Universe competitions where it's all about looks, like very subjective. If somebody likes the way you look, you'll win the competition. But there's no specific criteria in terms of athletic performance. While all this bikini fitness, it is about the whole package, of course, and looks and makeup and all these kind of things. But the main thing is the athletic performance, let's say, and it's all about balance and proportion. It's not like bodybuilding, let's say, where everything is kind of about being big. Who has the biggest muscles, let's say. Also, they need to have some proportions, but the main thing is who's the biggest. Bikini fitness is actually about who's the more balanced and has kind of like a look of, I woke up like this, I worked out a little bit, and I just came from the beach to this show. And this look does require a lot of work. Different physiques, of course, need to do different type of work in order to achieve that balance. And because, as I said, I want to achieve balance in life, in general, in all aspects, I believe that working on my body and having a balanced body will help me also, and it is helping me in all aspects of my life. And also because I am a personal trainer, I chose to be a personal trainer, and I believe that I have to improve all the time. And if my goal in life is to help people become the best version of themselves and help them find their vocation, their passion, and follow their dreams and always evolve and improve, I have to be the first one doing so. This is what I believe, and this is what I like to do. So yeah, this is about my mindset and competing. Now, I believe competing is an amazing thing, and you kind of have to love yourself first as you are when you start doing this type of competitions, because otherwise it will be a little bit stressful for yourself and your self-image, because obviously you will lose some competitions. You're not always going to win, and you need to have a very strong mind and to love yourself as you are, and understand that your value and your worth is not determined if you win a competition or not. And whenever you don't win a competition, realize from the athletic point of view what are the things that you need to improve on. This is my personal opinion. Okay, now about mindset and food. Before, I used to be very, well, I went through different phases, let's say. I used to be very strict with the food at certain times and have this mindset of like, no, you have to be super disciplined and eat only like good food and no junk, no chocolate, nothing that is considered like bad. And I realized that this just kind of made me super frustrated, and it wasn't a mindset that helped me, because I would go through these phases where I would be super strict and super disciplined with the food, and I would feel guilty if I would eat a chocolate or a cake. And because in my mind I wouldn't let myself eat that, and I would be like, no, this is bad. Sometimes I would kind of like overdo it when I had the chance, because of the self-imposed limitations, and kind of thinking like, oh my god, when am I gonna have the chance to eat this again? Now, oh, and also it was all about how that food will make me look. Now my mindset regarding food, I see food as fuel and as something that I give to my body and my brain as well, because it does affect everything in our body, the food we eat, and that it helps me stay alive, that it helps me basically become better, look better, but also feel better, because I realized that the food I eat affects my mood. So even in terms of like the bad food, I look at it like I can eat whatever I want. If I want to eat a bag of chips, if I want to eat a cake, I can eat it. But do I want to eat that? If it doesn't make me feel good, why would I want to eat that? So this is how my mindset changed. From purely being focused of how I'm looking and frustrating myself because I was either one extreme or the other, now I'm way more balanced, and I let myself be. And if I want to eat something that is considered bad, let's say, I eat it, but now I eat it way more rarely because it doesn't make me feel good. And I understood that why would I want to do something that does not make me feel and look good? I want to do things and to eat things that are nutritious and that make me feel and look good, not just something that will give me pleasure for 10 seconds and then I will just feel bad just from the digestive system as well, and also I would feel guilty that I ate something that would make me look bad. So yeah, that was very helpful to me, and associating basically pleasure with eating great nutritious food and pain and discomfort with eating all types of food that are not beneficial for my body. That being said, I'm not saying that now I'm not eating at all anything bad. I am, but way rarely than before. And I try to do it because I feel like the quantity is very little comparing to what I used to eat before. And I try not to do it in the times that I'm like not to eat that because of anxiety or because I recompense myself. To eat it just like that, not with a special occasion as we used to do before, like, oh, I did this, so I'm gonna have an ice cream because I deserve it. No, I'm gonna have an ice cream or a cake or a few chips because I feel like. So this kind of change in my mindset really affected how I feel and my look. Now about mindset and exercise. So my mindset before was I do not want to go to the gym to work with the machines because the machines just make like a very masculine body. Although I'm a personal trainer, I still had this mindset because I always wanted to be super mega skinny, and my constitution is not like that. And I also love cardio, so I used to do a lot of cardio, some strength exercise, resistance, let's say, exercises I was doing as well with my own body weight and small equipments, but I would never do, let's say, any kind of workout using more than 2 kilograms in terms of weights, because I tried a few times, let's say, to go to the gym and work my legs, and I realized that, oh, my legs will become inflamed and basically become bigger, and I want them actually smaller. And along the years, I realized that that was happening because my nutrition wasn't on point. So of course, if you don't eat the proper food and you exercise and you put on muscle, then you also have the same amount of fat or even adding more fat, obviously you're just gonna look bigger and you're not gonna look tighter. But that's not the case if you go out to the gym, you work out with weights, which basically help you actually shape the body differently, and it will help you tone, and actually it will help you make the muscles look more supple, so more elongated, and you will look actually thinner eventually. But it's very important to combine it with the proper food. And now I actually started to enjoy, since I started working with Kimodo, I started enjoying working with weights, but I like moderate weights. I'm not a fan of super heavy weights because I think it's very, very easy to injure yourself, especially at the beginning. And I like now to combine weight training with the type of exercises that I used to do before. And this is why I absolutely love my coach as well, because this is the method that he uses. And you can actually see the athletes that do so, the type of body they have, compared to the ones that only use heavy weights. And that is just a matter of preference as well, of course, but also health-wise, I think it is very good to combine different type of exercises and also to include stretching and yoga and all sorts of body movements to keep your body healthy. Next, mindset and life and challenging situations. So before, I used to think to kind of have more like a victim mindset mentality. Like, whenever something would happen, why did this happen to me? I'm a good person, and why is this person not helping me? Although I was very good, I always helped them. And you know, all the time thinking of all this why, and realizing in the end that this wasn't at all a productive mindset. Because the idea is, when you have a challenging situation in life, is to focus on, okay, solutions. What can I do? So instead of having this victim mentality mindset, for quite a long time, I changed to this mindset of, okay, this happened. Instead of blaming others and blaming myself, sometimes maybe I'm doing the same mistake over and over again, and I feel frustrated and I'm like, I deserved it. Why did I do this again? I knew that this would happen. After getting over all these kind of things, it takes me less time than it used to before. I'm just thinking like, okay, so it is what it is. Let's see what solutions can we find to fix this situation and to realize, what can I learn from this? What can I do different next time so I don't get into the same situation? And instead of thinking, why do this person doesn't help me, and having expectations from people that are close to us maybe, or from persons that I once helped, or I always had like a good intentions and I always wanted to help, and I feel like, why these people don't help me now when I need help? Instead of thinking like this, I kind of changed my mindset into thinking of, okay, each person has its own reasoning why they do a certain things or why they don't do it. There's no point for me to either judge or to think that I'm entitled for something or somebody should do something for me. I should just have faith that somehow a solution will come up. God, the universe, will send for me the right people to help me in those challenging situations. And I do thank God, and I'm super grateful and thankful that it always happened like this. So having all these examples in my life right now, whenever I have a challenging situations, I'm going back to those moments and I realized that, look, solutions came up, people came out of nowhere and helped me in that certain situation. So there is always a solution. When you're thinking about solutions, solutions will come to you. If you're thinking about your problems, you're just gonna attract more problems. That is also related, let's say, to the law of attraction, but that's another subject for another video. But it is super true that it is how it happens. Like, I know from my own experience that it does happen like that. What you focus on expands and you attract the things that you think of and the things that you feel. It's also about, let's say, quantum physics. As I said, it's a totally different subject, but it is what it is. And that's what I realized, that once I change my mindset, and when I change my mindset, I also change my behavior. So instead of, and my feelings, instead of feeling stressed and anxious, I just feel calm and relaxed, and I assure myself that things will work out for the best, and all I have to do is be positive, count my blessings, be grateful for everything that I have and all the good things and people in my life, and somehow from somewhere a solution will come up. And it always worked like this, and I'm sure that this is how this world works. For me, it's the same way of like the law of gravitation, let's say. You want to believe it or not, it is what it is. We walk on this earth, we're not floating. It's the gravitation. You like to believe it or not, it is how it is. So for me, it's the same even with these kind of things and law of attraction. And it's not just like a spiritual, let's say, thing. It's very scientifically proven that the way we think affects everything in our lives and even our body. You know, even the placebo effect, that people were given just placebo medicines and they would tell them, oh, this is to cure your back pain. They even actually did surgeries and they didn't basically do anything, and they told the person that, okay, this solved your issue, and their own body basically was able to create all the cells and all the things that needed to be regenerated in order to get better, just with the power of our mind. So just think how powerful our mind is. And if you think like, yeah, but I used to think in a certain way and I used to do this all the time and I can't change my mindset and I'm too old or whatever kind of things like this, the good news is that you can change your mindset. Anybody can change their mindset if we decide to do so. Our brain has this capacity called neuroplasticity. So basically the neurons can be rewired if we decide to do so, and if we start to do things in a different way. Because those neurons, they're like a software, like a program. They're used to do things in a certain way, to think something in a certain way, to have certain beliefs. So once we change that, in time, those connections will basically rewire and change, and our beliefs will be completely different, which will also influence the life we have. For me, it definitely influenced my life so much, changing my mindset. The book that I was telling you about, and I would love to recommend, it's called Mindset: Changing the Way You Think to Fulfill Your Full Potential, is by Dr. Carol Dweck. She's an American psychologist from Stanford University, and she's talking about the power of our mindset in regarding like different aspects of our lives. Some chapters are inside the mindset, the truth about ability and accomplishment, because some people have this type of thinking and fixed mindset that they think that, oh no, talented people are just talented and that's it. It's not about work or mindset. And she explains us and gives here a lot of examples that basically show that the mindset is more important than talent. Also about sports and the mindset of a champion, mindset and leadership in business, also relationships, mindset in love, about coaching, parents, teachers, where do mindsets come from, how to change the mindsets, the nature of change, mindset and willpower, maintaining the change. So overall, it's a really good book that I completely and totally recommend for anybody who wants to find out more about their mindset and how can they change their mindset in order to fulfill your full potential in all aspects of life. So I hope you found it fun, interesting, and you can take this book, you can read this book if you want to find out more about mindset. And yeah, I hope it will make you reflect as well about your own mindset. I can tell you that for me it was very beneficial and it really helped me in my life. And I will see you soon with another topic. Not sure which one will be next, but I also want to talk about my experience with discipline, my view and mindset regarding luck and regarding money and regarding happiness and all these kind of things that I think are important and basically help me achieve my goals and help me in this journey towards winning the title of Miss Bikini Olympia, which is not regarding mindset. It's not something that basically it's the goal of my life. When I'll win this, that's it, my life will be complete and there's nothing else that I want to do. As I told you before, my mindset is different when it comes to what I want in life. This goal of being Miss Bikini Olympia is just something that will help me along the way with all my other bigger goals, and that first of all will help myself to develop and to become a better person. The journey towards that title will basically help me way more than the title itself. So have an amazing day and see you in my next video, and have a great mindset, always positive mindset.